In software development, quality is paramount. Unit tests are essential for ensuring the quality of our code. They act as a safety net, allowing us to catch and fix bugs early in the development process. Each unit test focuses on a small, isolated part of our code, typically a single method or class. This isolation is crucial for writing effective unit tests, which brings us to the concept of mocking. Mocking is a technique used in unit testing to isolate the code under test from its dependencies. In essence, we create mock objects that simulate the behavior of real dependencies, giving us fine-grained control over how our code interacts with its surroundings. Imagine you're testing a method that relies on a database call. Instead of actually connecting to the database, which can be slow and unpredictable, we can use a mock object to mimic the database's behavior. This mock object allows us to define exactly what data our method should receive from the database, making our test deterministic and fast. By controlling the environment in this way, we can focus solely on testing the logic of the method itself without worrying about external factors. This isolation is what makes mocking such a powerful tool for unit testing. Spring Boot, with its emphasis on dependency injection, provides excellent support for mocking through the @inject mocks annotation. This annotation simplifies the process of injecting mock dependencies into our test classes. When we annotate a field with @inject mocks, Spring Boot automatically injects mock instances of its declared dependencies. Let's say we have a service class that depends on a repository interface. By annotating the service field in our test class with @inject mocks, Spring Boot will inject a mock instance of the repository, ready to be used in our tests. This automatic injection makes our test setup cleaner and more concise, allowing us to focus on the actual test logic. Section 4, Partial Mocking, Balancing Realism and Isolation with Mockito. While mocking provides excellent isolation, there are times when we want to partially mock a class, keeping some of its real behavior while mocking specific methods. Mockito, a popular mocking framework, provides the method for this purpose. We create a spy object that wraps around a real instance of our class. This spy object allows us to call real methods on the underlying object, except for those we explicitly stub. This approach strikes a balance between realism and isolation, allowing us to test the interaction between different parts of our code while still maintaining control over specific dependencies. Section 5. Illustrative example applying mocking in a Spring Boot service. Let's consider a simple example to solidify these concepts. Imagine a Spring Boot service that processes orders. Java @service public class order service @auto-wired private order repository, public void process order / some business logic order repository, save order. In our test class, we can use and to test the method, Java, @Spring Boot test public class order service test @inject mocks private order service, @spybean private order repository, @test public void test process order =new order, / configure the spy to return a specific value when save is called do nothing. When order repository, save order service process order / verify that the save method was called with the correct order, verify order repository ×1 of save order. In this test, we used to create a spy object for them. We then configure the spy to do nothing when the method is called. This allows us to test the method without actually persisting any data. Finally, we verify that the method was called as expected. Section 6, Conclusion, Embracing Mocking for Robust and Reliable Unit Testing. Mocking is an indispensable technique for writing effective unit tests in Spring Boot. It empowers us to isolate our code, control dependencies, and create fast, reliable tests. By embracing mocking, we can ensure that our code behaves as expected, laying a solid foundation for building robust and maintainable software.